The floor is yours, head of the table.
Hello, my good dragon. I acknowledge you. You know what? I stuck with the WWE bit. It didn't feel good after I said it, but we're here. We're having fun. I was trying to think, man. When was the last time we did a tavern talk together?
Been a minute. I think the last few ones have been with you and DJ and Thomas, right?
Yeah, we did some working men episodes, and I think we did nostalgia trip one.
Yeah. And then there was the one with me and DJ when talking about the Nintendo business. That
Oof,
was
all the
great.
fun that was.
Oh yeah.
And that's a good transition for the conversation right now because Nintendo's doing weird stuff in the industry, and it seems like a lot of easy hand. It seems like a lot of other studios are deciding to hop on the bandwagons of one of two things: battle royale or extraction shooter. And extraction shooter
Yeah.
seems to be the hot commodity right now.
Yeah. And before we get into that, just gonna
Hmm.
preface this right now and say, hey everyone. This is our new world. It's just we're gonna get a small peek into it. It's not finished by any means, but this right now, what you're gonna see right now is as far as you're gonna get. Eventually, we do plan on doing a little bit of a world reveal type video, but soon, eventually, just
And
hold tight. It's
there's still
looking
some
great.
parts getting flushed.
Yeah,
Some parts are getting polished right now.
yeah, but it's looking great. We can't wait to show you guys. But as of right now, the podcast room, let me tell you, it's looking great.
Oh yeah, feels crispy in here.
But as of what you just said about the gaming industry going towards battle royales and extraction shooters, I think there's even one more you can add into there, and you've seen elements of it even in battle royales or even in some other types of games, and that's the hero shooter.
Okay.
But right now, we're gonna talk about the huge topic because there's been a lot of reveals about extraction shooters. Even Bungie's latest marathon is not looking all that great. Player numbers are for just the alpha test alone were very low. Like I think on Steam it peaked at like 6,000, but over the coming days it went down to below 1,000. And I'm like, that's
Oof,
not great.
talk about a drop off. Whoa.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, it's an alpha, but that also means that player retention was not there. People were not interested. People were bored. People were not playing.
Honestly, if you lose attention during early access, that is like
That's
a
really
huge
detrimental.
red flag.
Huge red
Yeah,
flag.
like at what point as a developer do you say, guys, we need to abandon ship? Because if this game is so I don't want to say boring because that's like not, we don't know that that's what the case is. But if this game is dropping players that quickly, what's it going to be like when it launches and when you have to pay for it?
Oh yeah, it's not even a free one, huh? I mean,
I don't think it is.
most extraction shooters aren't really free. There's like some that are free, some that aren't.
Mm.
I know the one that we play, Hunt Showdown, is not free, but honestly, I think it probably could get by being free, honestly.
I mean, it was ahead of its time because Hunt's on what, year 5, year 6?
It's, I think older. I don't remember. I think it's
I'll
older.
fact check right now.
But other than Tarkov, Hunt Showdown is the other big extraction shooter because you don't really hear about successes in that genre.
Kind of. Hold up,
Mm,
I'm checking the Hunt thing right now. Because I got a point. Oh yeah, Hunt is on year 5 currently
that's
and
crazy.
going strong.
Oh yeah. But
So
go
you
on.
you don't really hear about a lot of successes, but they're out there and they have cult followings like Into the Radius,
Mm-hmm. That's an
Gray
extraction shooter.
Sector. What?
That's an extraction shooter.
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know. All right.
um. Yeah. Gray Sector and someone was making the argument in Deep Rock Galactic, which I think is funny more than anything, but that's just me. But the extraction shooters are really weird because it's. I think it. What did it all start with? Not Rainbow Six, the other Ubisoft property.
I don't know.
Dude, I can't even think right now. All right, let's take a editor. Use take two. Um,
Oh
you don't
wait,
really hear
no,
about.
Division and Red Zone in the
That's what it
Dead
was.
Zone,
Thank
whatever
you,
it
the
is,
division. Yeah.
the fucking PvP area.
Yep. Yep. That's where the Bear all got started. And while you don't hear about major commercial success, the people who do play in a cultish fever. Like they have their extraction shooter and that is their thing. That is what they do, and they will stand by it until it
And
dies.
that
And
is where I want to bring up the point of extraction shooters aren't very casual friendly.
no,
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 not in the
not at all.
slightest. They are more for the hardcore player because there's a lot of time dedicated to it. There's also the intense gameplay of it, and just take Hunt for example, because we don't play Tarkov. Maybe eventually, but I also heard that if you try to get in now, it is really difficult to get into now. But
Mhm.
Hunt Showdown,
Yep.
it gives you a little bit of leeway at first, for like what first couple levels, you just don't lose your hunter even if it dies, and you keep all your
First 10
stuff.
levels.
First 10 levels, but after that, it doesn't hold your hand anymore, and then you start losing stuff. You start losing your hunter if it dies. You start spending money, and you lose the money, and then you have no money for any sort of equipment. You have to go in raw and just bear with whatever a free hunter gives you. And the gameplay
Mhm.
itself is very structured in the fact that sound is everything, audio
Mhm.
cues are everything. You gotta know what surfaces, what type ammo types go through what type of surfaces, all this stuff. Because if people even get the slightest inkling that you're on the other side of a wood wall from them, they will shoot you. Just from the slightest noise. Noise is everything. And little Timmy that's going in with a TV speakers, and you got people screaming in the background. Mom is cooking. I don't know, dad's watching a football game or something, and they're not hearing anything. They're gonna get killed, and they're not gonna have a good time.
No, it's a rewarding but unforgiving experience is kind of how I've been describing it to people because it rewards players that pay attention, make good decisions, learn the routines, learn the different sound call outs.
Oh yeah, having to
And
adjust to situations and outsmart your opponents is huge in that game.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I
And it is
mean,
punishing because
yeah,
permadeath, lose
yeah,
all your shit.
it's permadeath.
Uh, Damage is brutal these days. Holy hell!
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, just yesterday, I was playing with our buddies Kosi and Shootin. Um, not gonna say their names, obviously, but I was playing Hunt with them. We're having a good time. It was the three of us. We just took down what they thought was a duo, but I reminded them because they're very new to the game, but they're enjoying it. They're having a good time. But I reminded them this is trios. The likelihood of there being a duo is pretty low. So keep in mind, there's probably a third person somewhere out there hiding and staying quiet after we just took down his team. And we were just outside of range of a bounty target that just picked up their bounties, and they were about to start running, and they just started running to an extraction point. When they started shooting at them, I was keeping quiet. I didn't shoot at them because I had a feeling that someone was out there still. And lo and behold, they both get shot in the back of the head by a third person. And I'm like, I
Yep.
knew it. I knew it. There was a third person. I fucking knew it. So now I'm in a situation where there's a lot of trees. It's semi-dark. We're on the shadow side of a mountain, so there's no sunlight, and it's dark as hell. And all I hear is maybe a couple footsteps here and there, and where I thought I heard a gunshot in one direction. So in this situation, in extraction shooters, you gotta just stay low, keep quiet, and wait for an opportunity or for them to make a mistake. So I heard him start running towards one of his down teammates to revive, and I immediately just I couldn't see because there was a bunch of trees. So okay, fuck it, I'm gonna throw a hive bomb in towards his teammate's body where I knew where it was, and lo and behold, it started chasing him. I hit him once with a weapon that had incendiary rounds, set him on fire. I knew where he was now, and the rest is easy to explain. I killed him. But in just those little situations, in one split second, I was the last one alive. And that happens all the time in Hunt. If you're not careful, you can just die, your whole squad gone in a second.
Oh yeah, and like how and going back to like trying to monetize games like this, I don't know why the industry keeps pushing for stuff like that because no new casual player wants that experience. They want to get a fully automatic scar, light a lobby up, and feel like a bad motherfucker. And they're not trying to learn. They're not trying to learn or to figure out the niche strategies and tactics and the intricacies of the game. Man, I'm stuttering there.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, Extraction shooters are definitely more catered to the more hardcore player, the people that want to dedicate the time to learn and get better at this game. Because if you don't get better, you're gonna get left behind.
oh yeah,
Hence
and let's just
Tarkov.
say you join late.
Yeah,
Let's just pretend you try to join late. You're playing against people who have been there since day one. You're playing against people who have absolutely mastered the mechanics. And even if there are other newer players, they're probably also into extraction shooters.
yeah.
They have a good foreground of making those decisions and learning what everything does and figuring out how to get in this mindset. Fortnite players probably would not like extraction shooters, in my opinion.
I mean, hell, battle royales probably wouldn't like it either.
I don't think so. I think you would think there's more overlap, but there's kind of not.
No,
Like it's a totally different mindset.
no. Battle royales, especially nowadays, are very a lot faster paced than they used to be when they first came out.
Way faster
Way
pace. Do you
faster
remember
pace.
early days of PUBG?
Oh yeah, PUBG. You got H1Z1.
Mhm.
Fucking. I would even say early days Warzone. Hell, even early
Yeah,
Fortnite
Warzone.
was a lot slower than it is now.
Even I don't know if anybody has ever played the battle royale mode on Forza, but Forza had a battle royale mode.
I I forgot that existed. Thank you for reminding me. I
Bro, that
never
shit was
played it, but
so fun.
wow. All right.
You ever tried that?
No, I never. I was too
Dude,
busy doing all kinds of other things.
the setup was crazy because it was 100 players. And the way it worked is say me and you were driving near each other. If I lined you up in my sights and I hit the right bumper, I've challenged you. We have to race now. So anywhere on this map, it's a big open map, a marker's dropped. First person to get there wins the race. You don't have to stay on the road. You can go all terrain. You can do whatever. If I beat you and we're both level one, I get to level up to a level two car, and then the map shrinks over time. If you go out of bounds, you lose, obviously. If you lose to another person, you lose, obviously. This goes until there's one player left who's either won all the races or avoided everybody, and then everybody fell out of bounds.
Okay.
So if you beat somebody who's a higher level than you, though, you can choose to continue up a level or you can steal their car. So you can jump from like a no joke. Everybody starts in a mini coupe or an equivalent to it, depending on which generation you're on. And then you can work your way up to like a Lamborghini, or if you don't want to be fast in the Lamborghini, you get a four-door Jeep Wrangler with 392 in it. You're just able to jump over fucking off-road shit, tree stumps, wood, mud, all that nonsense. Like, it was such a crazy, fun, unique concept, and I think we should take battle royales in crazy directions like that again because it stands out. It's unique. It's
Yeah.
memorable.
There is one battle royale that I feel that if they went free to play for one, and if they pushed for a little harder and maybe made some changes in the gameplay design, it could have been really good. You remember Firestorm, the Battlefield battle royale?
Bro, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. So basically, it's just Battlefield, but it's in battle royale format, and giving them the ability to destroy buildings. So campers or people that always hide up on high places and buildings, beware, because you didn't want to play that game. But it's dead now. But I think
Well,
if we went free to play for one and changed some gameplay things and maybe given a better looting system, I think it would have been a really solid battle royale.
I kind of agree, and I think that's a weird point that we should kind of touch on because there's a lot of battle royales out.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of extraction shooters out.
yep.
Why do a huge majority all feel the same?
Because they're all trying to copy the success of something else.
Do something different though. Like do
Hmm.
something radically different and you will stand out because we don't need another Call of Duty clone. We don't need another Forza clone. And like for argument's sake, I brought up a list. Let me go to my notepad over here. All right. If you go to Steam and look up extraction shooters, they have it all curated for you.
Hmm.
Zero Servant, Gray Zone Warfare, Hunt Showdown, Marauders, Incursion Red, Delta Force. Can't say that one, skipping past it. Dark and Darker, Forever Winter, Arena Blackout, Into the Radius, Legacy and Steel, Witchfire, Arc Raiders, Convergence, and it just goes on and on. There's about 30 listed. Do we need 30 games that are almost exactly the same as each other? The
Some
only
of
two I'll
them
give
go
any
for it.
kind of leeway are Into the Radius because it's VR, and that is kind of a unique niche,
Hmm.
and Hunt because it's so realistically brutal and like old timey. You're playing with
Yeah,
technology and shitty weapons that have been outdated for almost what 100 years at this point in time.
yeah, it's fucking Western shooter, man. I love it. It's
Hmm.
different from the extraction shooter other like genres. Some have come around and had some decent ideas. Like I forget the name of one, but it was sci-fi in nature. The buildings typically were really dark, so you had to play around darkness and keeping quiet. And there was, of course, other teams in the map. I think at one point, I think there was an option for you to be like an alien or a monster to hunt down players while they're doing their thing and finding loot and whatever the objective was in that game.
Oh, is that Nuclear Nightmare?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No, no,
No,
not that
fuck.
one. No, that was
Damn, I
different.
tried.
But
I tried.
not that's different, but same concept. And I think it was a demo that we played. I think it was me, DJ, and someone else played, and it
Oh, I
was
know. No, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
I don't remember what it
it
was
was
called.
crazy. Yeah, it was honestly it could have been better and maybe even something worth getting. But ever since that demo, I have not heard a word about it. I know it's already been released, but no one's
It was
talking.
if they didn't fix up too much, though, I see what the problem was, and it's that it was too unpolished.
Yeah,
It needed a lot of work.
yeah. It's a shame, really, because I think the concept was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. It was unique. It was interesting. It was just it felt
Some things just don't work out.
no, it felt like a TF game at some point.
And when it comes to just extraction shooters in general, there are so
Mhm.
many, and a lot of them try to do the same things, especially since they're trying to go off the success of Tarkov. And
Mhm.
a lot of what you mentioned, those names you brought up, like over half of them I had never heard of before. And that's
No,
probably can be the same. It can be said about battle royales.
yeah,
And
there's so many carbon copies out there. They're all just great static, or like white noise at this point.
it's wild because so many fail, yet for some reason the industry, especially AAA, are so late to the party, but yet they still want to put out their own. Hence Marathon. And rest in peace, cancellation of Respawn's Titanfall extraction
I knew
shooter.
you were gonna fucking say it. I knew you were gonna fucking say
Yeah,
it.
I know. They were trying to
Gah!
make an extraction shooter out of the Titanfall series, which I already knew was probably not going to work out, and not make a Titanfall 3 instead. when everyone's asking for it. Because apparently arena shooters are coming back into popularity a little bit. Not a lot, but they're coming back a little bit. And it's like,
Well, okay, look at it this way. I get why they're not doing it. They had to go through huge layoffs. They had to cancel projects. I don't think Titanfall 3 should have been that project, simply because of the massive success of Apex.
I know they were
Titanfall
going
1
a
and
full
oh,
dive
sorry.
into Apex.
Well, Titanfall 1 and 2 cemented their place in history without the support of Apex being the smash hit it was. Could you imagine what would have been possible releasing Titanfall 3, tying it directly into Apex Legends? It would
I
have been unstoppable.
unstoppable, but I also don't think I would have liked it all too much. It,
We might not have, and that's the risk you play when you go mainstream. And I'm gonna be that guy. I don't care if anyone's like, "He's anti-establishment," blah, 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 blah. Jerk it. I will die on that hill. When you go mainstream, you always run the risk of doing something that isn't going to be appreciated or liked by your core audience, your diehard day ones, because you're dialing things down to make it more accessible to a more popular, bigger audience. I get that. I'm willing to take that risk on Titanfall because they were so good at what they did. It might have been watered down. I don't even like Apex. I don't care if anybody knows that. The game's dog shit. It might have been bad, but it would have had a higher chance than, I don't know, the last 4 Call of Duty games of being good.
my
Sue me.
God. Yeah, I agree with you totally. And that's the thing is that as much as I want there to be another Titanfall 3, I also don't
Mhm.
because I know where it's gonna head to. It's gonna get the live service treatment, and I don't want it to have that.
That is a big risk. Personally, I wouldn't mind a Titanfall BR. I think that would be amazing. Just a bunch of Titans
And
fighting
don't
over the
say
last bit, like
Apex.
Wasteland. Yeah, I know, because it's not Titanfall. That is Apex. And for anybody who doesn't know the difference, giant fucking robots. Suck on that.
And yes, we
Um,
know there's a legend that does technically have a Titan, but that does not count.
but that's not even a Strider class Titan. First of all, are you talking about the chick who has North Star?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Let me rephrase. That is a Strider class Titan. He's the baby Titan. He's the little guy. Give me an ogre unit. Give me some tank, some beef. I want to see incendiary napalm war crimes. The rail cannon's cool, but it ain't a napalm launcher like, or the thermite cannon. That's what it was.
Yeah. So
Also,
I don't know. We just think Titanfall could get some more love, but if they ever do anything with Titanfall, it's gonna be more Apex than Titanfall.
oh yeah, it will, and I'll take the chance on it because Apex, while I shit on it a lot, fundamentally at a core level is a really solid
Oh
game.
yeah,
I just don't like it because it's gotten stale.
yeah. The shooting mechanics, they're great. It's the same as
Mhm.
Titanfall. The gameplay itself, it's all right. I don't really
Yeah,
care for
it's not
the
like gonna blow the doors off.
whole hero shooter thing, and
I
I
don't
don't
even
know.
mind the hero shooter aspect. It just feels so stiff compared to Titanfall. Because
Yeah.
when me and you were running lobbies on Titanfall, it was like 2 bouncy balls were fucking all over the
Oh
map.
yeah, the
Just
movement of Titanfall was so good. I loved it so much. I felt like a kid that is down like 2 bags of pure sugar, just bouncing off
well, because you
walls.
use stim, if I remember right.
Yes, I use the stim pack. Sue me.
Grapple hooks. Being able to swing in like Spider-Man with the fucking double barrel sniper, just bah, bah, or the wingman. Oh, dude, them wingman kill cams were nasty.
I miss that game. I still have the client that allows you to
The North Star
play. Yeah, the
client.
NoSkill client to play it. I wonder if it's still
We gotta see if we can
populated.
set. Yeah, we gotta see if we can set that up one of these nights, just to try, see if we can find a couple of matches.
Oh yeah, definitely did.
Might be a fun stream.
All right, so extraction shooters. The industry is
Mhm.
flooding with them. AAA is trying to catch up with the popularity that is honestly, I don't. Given the nature of extraction shooters, I don't see them having success in the mainstream audience.
Mhm.
I think Marathon is not going to do all that well. It might have a decent audience, but if it's anything like the alpha test, it won't have a big one.
Oh yeah, or it could have huge fall off.
A huge fall off probably. And I'm okay with them canceling the Timefall extraction shooter because I don't think that would have been great either.
Nah, give me Titanfall 3.
Give me Timefall 3. But yeah, the extraction shooter genre is definitely on the more hardcore side, and finding a way to make it more appealing to casual audiences can also detriment the hardcore audience. Like, the I does not have any interest in it. If you make
Oh
things
yeah,
too
for sure.
easy or make things not as intense or high stakes, then there's no point in playing it. Extraction
See, sir,
shooters.
I asked for it.
What was that?
Hmm? I asked for a Pepsi, and you have given me a Diet Pepsi. Do you see what the problem is here?
Yeah, exactly.
All I wanted was a fucking Pepsi, and she wouldn't give it to me. I'm sorry. That was my brother talking. I don't know what happened there.
Hey guys, it's me, DJ. Real quick before you go anywhere, I just wanted to remind you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's still ongoing partnership with Dubby. Yes, they're still hanging out with us over a year later. And trust me, they have an array of delicious flavors, such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, and Galaxy Grenade. And hey, maybe caffeine isn't your thing. They have zero caffeine hydration formulas, such as Water Melanda and Pineberry Splash. And if any of these flavors piqued your interest, please use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later.
Well, I don't know, man. You got any thoughts on this you want to share?
Actually, I did have a question I would like to ask
Go
you.
for it.
It's going to be out of left field, so get your thinking cap on. If you had a good, sorry, if you could request something and it would be different that you think would be successful, what kind of extraction shooter would you like? Like, would you think something medieval, something kind of blade and sorcery where it's VR and you're in the dungeon crawl? Like something unique, something kind of different.
You see, that is interesting.
Right? There's a lot of potential there that the industry continues to just not take advantage of. They rather go with the rinse and repeat, stick to the classic formula, and money falls on us, and that's just not how it fucking works, guys.
Keep in mind, I think this is kind of going to be going towards in direction, kind of like Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
But hear me out.
Yes.
Think there's an outbreak of like some sort of virus, and it's a zombie thing. So, city full of zombies, but there's rival factions of different, like, I don't know, military or mercenary companies trying to get in and find any sort of resource and whatever kind of money or equipment that is left in this town or city, and just try to find some useful or gain
Mm-hmm.
something from this. Your objective is to go in there, find these resources, equipment, gear, or even money to further advance or gain some more profit for your company.
Kind of like the old faction wars for MK 10.
Kinda, yeah. So,
It's like you reach certain goals, and then your faction does this for like seasonal events.
yeah, but in this case,
Okay.
your faction is just your character and whatever, your company, your own
Okay.
company.
Okay.
And
Okay. I get what you're saying.
and it's same premise, extraction shooter. There's going to be other teams out there. Probably make it 3 or 4 player teams. I don't know, probably 4, honestly. I think
Mm-hmm.
extraction shooter with 4 players would be awesome. But same thing as Hunt. You go in with a loadout that you make, or with a free character, but like a recruit mercenary would be like a free one. Basic
Mm-hmm.
stuff, maybe pistol, basic body armor, that type of thing. You go in, if you want to say find a target like in Hunt, like a monster, a mutated creature.
Oh, like a bounty.
Yeah, like a bounty.
Okay.
And get the sample so you can sell it off to science or a government and gain money from it. Because that's what you are. You're a mercenary. You're hired to go do this for profit.
Mm-hmm.
And just basically that, but the whole city is full of undead and various creatures. The twist is that if you are downed and killed and by an undead, you have the choice of becoming a monster and hunting down the other players.
Okay.
And it's up to the other players to survive all this while there's player controlled monsters. Of course, they're not going to be all that powerful. Like maybe the 75% of the health of a bounty target.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives them the option of you might have lost your character, but you can still hunt down other players so they can lose theirs as well, possibly. Make it like a small mini boss, but only one player of a squad can do it. The other players just become regular zombies that maybe can move faster or something, that can at least keep up with the other player and still move as a squad.
I don't know why that's like giving me vibes of like Predator Hunting Ground.
Maybe
like a player controlled monster kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, fucking go in as a regular shotgun shooter, you die, and it all of a sudden becomes Left 4 Dead 2 versus I don't know.
Right. That is cool though. It would be an incredibly unique concept to have a game that the dynamic of your gameplay changes that much that fast. That is something people would not be used to.
I don't know why. I'd rather it not be this because I don't see a series or an IP like this should get their hands on something like this because it being mainstream could be detrimental. But for some reason, the title of Resident Evil Extraction.
Oh, dude, that'd be so dope.
I don't know, but I don't think an IP getting tied to something like that would be good for it. But
no, that might have to be a true standalone,
yeah.
and I think that would free them up to do a lot of really cool world building.
Yeah,
like they would genuinely be able to go off and create my knee. They would be able to create a universe that would get you really invested into the franchise and like make you want to explore the lore to a degree that would really pull you in consistently.
and be able to make their own world. They'd be able to create their own monsters, their own cities, and whatever names, character design, all this would be all their own. And I think that would be the best.
You had a lot of thought put into that, sir. Have you thought of that before?
It has come to mind in the past.
It sounded like it. Like that. There was some depth to
that. All these extraction shooters started coming out, and I'm like, you know what? There's better options, or maybe I can think of something. I'm not a developer, and it will never happen by my hands, but maybe, I don't know, if anyone hears this, hey, just saying, it could be a thing. Could be successful, could be not. Oh, well.
We just throw that out in the universe and see if anybody catches it. Yeah.
Just at least credit us.
Right? Fucking make us a DLC character. Come on.
Put our characters in the game.
I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind. That'd be dope.
Yeah. As long as you don't mind a furry being in there. Some people might. But who cares?
Furries are how you make money on the internet these days.
I mean, Fragpunk put in a lizard character, and he's become a fan favorite already.
Fragpunk, Wild Assault.
Wild Assault is just furry,
but it's doing well. And they put the furries in the battlefield. What?
No,
that's my synopsis of the game, and I challenge you to prove me wrong.
Speaking of Battlefield, I can't wait for the new one.
When's the ETA on that? I've been hearing things for a while.
Sometime end of this year, they think. I don't know.
Oh,
I've been
so fourth
seeing
quarter, great.
I've been seeing the gameplay, and it's going back to just our time, present time Battlefield, and I'm seeing
Mm-hmm.
the destruction that they like put out little videos like demos and shit. Oh my god, it looks insane. And I hope that they continue with this and go back to the roots of Battlefield, because right now Battlefield could use that. The last game, not so great.
You know, it had a lot of issues. And that's it. That's all I had to
Yep,
say about
yep.
it.
It had a lot of issues.
That felt mean. I felt bad to say. I lost an arm. Where'd he go? There we go.
But yeah, in the world where the gaming industry is, specifically the AAA industry, is trying to play catch up, and they're all trying to put out their own battle royales, their own extraction shooters, or even their own hero shooters. It's just saturated. There's a lot of the same. And
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping and praying that something new comes along to take us all by storm, only for it to get saturated with that same genre. But the first beginnings of something new is always fun, and it's always great to just see what kind of content can be made from it.
Yeah. See, now you've got me thinking about like possibilities and what can like really be done.
Mm.
And I've had a terrible fever dream idea.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
So follow me, people. Imagine, if you will, kind of like how the finals, the stage is set where you're people in like a virtual game competing in a blood sport, air quote blood sport,
Yeah.
for viewers and entertainment and ratings and all that. So imagine we make a BR like that. Everybody in it's a VTuber. You already got a niche. You design your own character to go in and try to survive, and you can build your own kits and loadouts.
How did I
You're
know
already
you?
not.
Why did I just what you said VTuber, and I'm like, of course.
Tell me it's not. Tell me it's a bad idea though.
It's not, but go on.
You design your character and you design your gimmick. It's like a Baldur's Gate character creator.
Mm-hmm.
You make your loadout. It's a shooter. People like shooters. You get that whole digital Tron-esque aesthetic, and it's you competing for, stardom and fans and viewers. And there's like completing tasks, like complete X amount of destruction, do X amount of like potentially vehicular kills, or like use certain gear or whatever it is. And you get bonuses such as like buffs to your HP or ammo count, depending on how many fans or viewers or subs or whatever word they want to use. And you can try to build your character up as much as possible. Let's just say there's mini bosses on the map, which are IRL VTubers, which is a funny sentence to say.
Hmm.
And they're like a mini raid boss, pretty much, where the whoever can bring him down gets whatever buff or bonus is. And it does, like, not aiming for like the big people. This would be a good way to get the indies names out there, like Project Rye, or Snuffy, or just somebody in those mid tiers. Which I don't know why I said Snuffy. She's massive right
I
now.
mean, if you want to talk
But
about bringing up the little guy, hey guys, we here in NoSkill consider ourselves VTubers at this point. I mean,
I made a video earlier.
yeah.
It's not good. I made it.
Eventually, I'll get my model. It's in the works. Not
You
really.
need
It's
to
in the
start just
queue.
doing stuff in you need to just start doing stuff in VR. Like, I'm telling you, bud, you've got a good setup right here.
I know, fucking the music videos are fun and they're just a passion project for me, but I do want to do more. Things just kind of get in the way. Life, and my editing job on top of it.
Oh, okay, good. Good save there.
Yeah, editing. I got a part-time job. Time gets filled up pretty easily around here.
No, I get you. I get you. Well, got nothing to talk shit about. I've been super busy lately, and I'm gonna continue to be busy because I had to take the whole day off today, man. My health was not keeping up with going full bore for like 3 weeks in a row.
No, I totally get it. But it's crazy talking about all this, and I'm just over here thinking, when is the next big thing? Because at this point, I'm getting sick of everything. I don't play all the new stuff anymore. I think the newest, I guess, gaming trend that I play kinda is Marvel Rivals, but I don't play it by myself. I have to have someone with me or else I don't touch it.
I hate Rivals. I
Yeah,
do.
I don't really like it either. I just play because everyone else
We
is.
play with the
Just
boys.
play with the boys. But other than that, I don't care for it.
No, I get what you're saying too. I'm gonna not talk shit about Rivals because people get mad when I do that. But the gaming industry does feel like it's in a bit of a rut right now because you can't say VR is the next new big thing because now it's a household thing. It's very affordable actually. You can get a used Quest for like $100, and I mean Quest 2, not a Quest 1. And even the stuff that is next gen and the stuff that is really impressive, like body cam and like AR, the augmented reality games,
Uh-huh.
they're pretty household. You don't need a crazy rig to run them. You don't. It's not this out of touch technology anymore. We don't have any good next gen developing games because I think the last one I would argue, and people are going to shit on me for saying it, was probably Cyberpunk because Cyberpunk is still like stress testing the limits of the new 50 series, which is a crazy statement to say. Like those things
Yeah.
are beefy graphics cards.
Yeah, I don't dare run anything above medium on Cyberpunk on my 2070.
Ultra 4K baby. Let's start a fire.
I'd rather not.
there
I don't have the money to
it
replace
is.
whatever catches fire.
Uh yeah, no, we haven't had anything groundbreaking in a while. Like it's been kind of boring because I'm sure if anybody's watching from older episodes, I know we've said this before. Indie developers are killing the market right now because they're making fun, interesting, affordable things. You're able to get a game like the Headliners, Repo, even Wild Assault. Like you're getting these games for $15 or less, and they're worth more than the new titles, which are going for $60 to $80 a piece, and they're recycled versions of all the old shit. Like
Yeah,
we're in a weird spot right
hell,
now.
even AA are killing it. Fucking most recently, Baldur's Gate, and then the fucking new game that came out, Expedition 33.
I forgot about Expedition 33. Baldur's Gate. You're right. I slept on Baldur's Gate. That was good.
Yeah,
That was a really good one.
still play it to this day. We need to do a modded playthrough. Anyways, it's
We do.
it's doing crazy. AAA and indie developers are going insane while the AAA is yeah, just meh.
AAA's fallen hard lately. Like they are stumbling, and then there's the whole Nintendo thing that you guys talked about where they want to start charging $80 a base price for games
And now
for
Xbox
non-physical media.
no Xbox is raising prices of everything except for Game Pass. Dude, their
Yeah,
pro
dude, that's crazy.
just the pro controller alone is like $200.
I almost just took off my headset and walked away. That is
Yeah.
upsetting.
That is
That is genuinely
insane.
upsetting.
And the best version of the Xbox Series X is like $750.
Dog, it's a PC at that point. You can
You
build
can
a good
build
gaming
a
PC
better
for $800
and it'll be better than that thing.
for by a margin. It really would. If anybody's like the chip shortage, that was like 4 years ago. Get the fuck off of your high horse.
Dude, at this point, anything that's not PC is just getting so expensive. Sure,
It really is.
sure prices
Man,
might go up in like say parts and stuff, probably because of inflation and all this other shit that's going on in the world. I don't want to touch up on, but like it's getting wild.
yeah.
And instead of
Yes and no. I sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're right. Parts are going to get more expensive, but the technology is outpacing the cost because 10 years ago, a good graphics card was very expensive.
Mhm.
10 years or now, a good graphics card isn't that bad. You don't need to run top spec for everything.
Well,
You can get a good run of the mill graphics card and run you $200,
yeah,
150
something like
bucks.
that. Hell, there are places where you can maybe get lucky and find some that would be very expensive for a lot less.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
In
hell,
the secondhand market,
I've been thinking
was it?
about trying to find like a 4080, 4090, mostly just because of editing, and I also want
Yeah,
to
you're
start
running serious.
and I want to start working with 3D stuff. I tried going through Fusion on my DaVinci Resolve and trying
It's
to
rough.
render 3D like spinning logo of our logo, and I'm like, this is rough. Never again.
Not to get too into the weeds right now, but what's your power supply?
I I don't know. I know it's.
If
I
you're gonna
think
get
it's
a if you're gonna
more
up your card,
than.
you may want to look into your
I think it's
power
more
supply as
than
well.
my power card, my GPU needs. But if I want to up it, I probably will have to up
Y-
the power supply.
Oh yeah, and that kind of segues into a good, just unnecessary shill and plug. Red Dragon does make some pretty bitchin' power supplies, and we have a code for them. You should check out. Just
Hey,
saying, throwing it
this
out
magically
there.
appears on screen. Hello.
Shameless plug. Oh,
But
lost my army.
yeah, in gaming industry isn't a bad spot. Honestly, I can see a crash, like an industry crash coming if this continues.
If if GTA 6 falls and it's a bad launch, that's what's going to
If
trigger
it
the crash.
falls,
That
if it
is,
drops and it's $100 like everyone's saying it will be, I'm not buying it.
I probably won't buy it. I didn't like the last GTA. Sue me.
Fucking no, that's fine. And it won't be on PC for like probably another year, so it doesn't matter to me. Consoles, eat your hearts out. I don't care.
I don't. Yeah, honestly, seriously, and like, give me another Red Dead. I don't want a GTA. Give me another Red Dead, soul wrenching, emotional roller coaster cinematic masterpiece. That's what I want.
Yeah, I love me some Red Dead.
I love
And
me
if
Red
not
Dead.
another Red Dead, let's make it Undead Nightmare 2.
Remaster Red Dead Redemption, the first one,
Hell
or Red
yeah.
Dead Revolver, the first one. Give me an
Revolver.
HD remaster of Red Dead Revolver. That's what I want.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Dude, let me blow shit up as Pig Josh. Yeah, yeah.
But I think that's all the time we got. You got anything to say on our way out?
Um, my arm's doing the bus driver thing. There we go. If I was gonna say one thing about the current hope for what's coming out, if they are gonna continue to do the cycle of let's make another battle royale, let's make another extraction shooter, make original things that the fans actually want to try. Stop making Call of Duty 3.5 HD Hyper Alpha Remix. Stop making Fortnite 2 Electric Boogaloo. Do something cool. Do something original. And if we are going to head into this rut and do crazy stuff, fan community, let's do retro shit together. Like, let's just online some retro stuff. Like, let's have some fun with it.
Yeah.
If the developers aren't going to make gaming fun, we have to.
Yeah. So let's start booting up those emulators, folks. Let's bring up some old classics. Play some online.
Fight me. MVC 2 Electric Boogaloo.
But that's all we got for today. Thank you for joining us for another Tavern Talk, guys. We appreciate it. We promise this world is going to get a whole highlight video and spotlight on it soon. But if you like what you can see of this little corner we're in, you can't wait to show you the rest. Till next time, everyone. It's been NoSkill. Peace out.
Peace.